In the Forest of Bowland in Lancashire, you will come across a truly beautiful stately home called Browsholme Hall, the home of the Parker family. You can go on a guided tour where you'll be shown paintings, furniture and some truly excellent architecture. There are many items inside the hall which I find quite intriguing. On my first visit some many years ago, I noticed what looked like a fire grate. I asked Mr. Parker, "What's that, please?" He said, "Simon, that is part of a German Zeppelin, the L31. I was intrigued, came back home, went on the internet and read all about the history of the L31. Now, we always associate the Blitz on London with World War II, but would you believe in World War I, London was being bombed again by the Germans by a terror weapon called a Zeppelin, a huge cigar-shaped airship that were run by the German naval service called the Kriegsmarine. Now, the L31 would make its way from Wilhelmshaven across the North Sea and straight to London and bomb at will. The British anti-aircraft guns could not get to the same height, and there was no aircraft available of climbing to 2 miles above the Earth's surface at that period of time. The commander of the L31 was called Heinrich Matte, Captain Heinrich Matte, and he would write to the New York Post and say, "I can bomb London at will, they have no way of stopping me." And of course the British didn't. But the British are rather good at handling awkward problems, solving problems. They had one aircraft called the BE-2, but they thought, let's modify the engine and we'll call it the BE-2C. This could get to the same height as a Zeppelin. Also, they needed to work out how to shoot the Zeppelins down. They knew that normal rounds of ammunition would have no effect whatsoever. So therefore, the Royal Ordnance people, they invented what's called the incendiary tracer round, basically a bullet that's on fire. Now, at exactly 11:45 on the 1st of October 1916, Flight Lieutenant Wolford Tempest took off for North Weald and flew towards the centre of London. In the distance, he could see the searchlights pinpointing a huge Zeppelin. In the streets of London, people are gathering to watch this rather ugly, horrific shape make its way across the skies above the city. Wolford Tempest closed in. To his horror, his engine started to sputter, and he realised there was not enough fuel getting through to the carburettor. There was a hand pump, so with one hand on the hand pump, he pumped away to get fuel into the engine, but kept the joystick nice and steady. He advanced towards the Zeppelin. In the gondola beneath the airship were the German crew, and Heinrich Matte could see this biplane approaching. He told his men to get the machine gun ready to shoot it down, but he knew that it was of no real danger. Wolford closed in. He got within 200 yards and watched the criss-cross reflector gun sight in the centre of the Zeppelin and opened fire. He watched shards of light leave his machine guns and enter the Zeppelin. To his delight, the centre of the Zeppelin started to glow like a Chinese lantern. He flew underneath the Zeppelin and was very, very lucky not to be hit by flying debris as the aircraft came down above him. He turned and was quite shocked to see the whole German crew jump to their deaths. It took him literally an hour to land. He was freezing inside the cockpit, and when he landed, he banged his head on the gun sight of the cockpit. Although suffering from severe concussion, the following day, he made his way to Potter's Bar, London, to see the debris. Of course, he was honoured that day with the Distinguished Service Order. And what I find quite amazing about his story is he went to a place called Stonyhurst College, which is very, very near Browsholme Hall. The L31 was indeed a most amazing airship, and you can view it at Browsholme Hall in the beautiful Forest of Bowland.